SheetRocks is a full spreadsheet built within Salesforce. Security and sharing. This is one of the topics where SheetRocks really stands out. So SheetRocks is a purely native Salesforce component. So when you install SheetRocks on the App Exchange, you're not signing away your data to anyone. SheetRocks is not a different platform that you need to get a vendor approval of, or that needs SOC 2 or any of that, because I, as the SheetRocks developer, I don't have access to any of your organization's data. That all stays between you and Salesforce. SheetRocks is really just a user interface layer. It's a very powerful user interface layer, but it's the user interface layer spreadsheet portal into your Salesforce data. That's the core thing, is when you install Salesforce is a purely native, fully on-prem solution for your organization. I'll also say people's kind of default workflow here, for a lot of the organizations that we've started working with, their default workflow is essentially to exfiltrate their data on a daily basis. So when you are exfiltrating data into some Excel file, because Excel is the thing that people actually use that's useful, those Excel files are out in the wilderness, and they're easy to get a hold of relative to entering into behind the Salesforce gate. If you're comparing it to Excel in the loop, all the data stays in Salesforce, which is going to be for sure more secure than exporting it to an Excel file, and then that Excel file is on somebody's thumb drive or whatever. I think security is one of the areas where SheetRocks does really well compared to other potential solutions, is that all your data stays in Salesforce and honors the security settings you have there. SheetRocks is really just a user interface layer. We honor any data that you set through the Salesforce interface is still bound by whatever permissions your logged in user has. So if you don't have permissions for that in your underlying Salesforce org, SheetRocks will not give you some backdoor to being able to do that. You will be prohibited from doing that. I think there's another question of, okay, if two people have the same workbook open and they're both updating the same record, do we handle that? Yes, we do. We handle conflict resolutions. If you try to update a record that's been updated since you last fetched the data, then we'll fail gracefully and say you'll have a chance to fetch the new record and fix it. What do users see if they hit a field they're not allowed to edit? They will see a helpful error, whether it's for permissions issue or a validation issue. We respect all of the underlying validation and flows that are required to update data. So if for any reason, permissions or something else, a row was not updated, we'll surface that error in the UI. So there's a sync state for every link sheet. There's a sync state column. That sync state column has a little tag in it. That tag hopefully should be green if things go well, but if things don't go well, it'll turn to red. When you hover over it, you'll see the detailed error message of for that specific row why it failed. And it could be a conflict, it could be an underlying permissions issue, it could be a validation issue. If you can't set it for any reason, then we'll let you know, and we'll let you know why, so you can debug. If you have 1,000 rows and you just finished updating them all, and then 2 of them fail, I think the obvious question is, what happens to the 998? Those will all go through as expected. We let you set anything that you can set when you sync. Those go through as expected, and then anything that's problematic surfaces an error. You can also filter by errors to make it easy, where you can just do Control F to search for what's errored. Basically, everything that goes through successfully will go through, and then we let you kind of troubleshoot anything that didn't go through.